A car for me is a little different than it is for many people. A car for me is a way of life. I'm what's called a master technician. I was actually trying to avoid being a mechanic or a technician because that would stick me into a very male-dominated profession. I knew that. When I finally made the decision to transition at 51 years of age, I needed to inform my employer. Part of the reason I chose to transition was because of the relationship I had with that employer. Everything was as good as it could possibly be. They were very supportive. But 2 weeks after that, the vice president came to me and she said, you need to tone it down, not talk about it as much and things like that. I was called into a meeting with the owner. He made me aware he was uncomfortable, that it was affecting his relationship with customers. He even stated in the meeting that I was his best technician. But I left there knowing that he wanted to terminate me. There was one day that I had come in. It was snowed and ice was on the ground, but they never turned on the heater in the shop. We didn't have the parts to work on the cars. There was no movement of anything by anybody. So I happened to sit into the back seat of a car that I was working on, and due to the circumstances, I fell asleep. I guess because of all the stress and everything that I had been dealing with up to that point. I failed. I mean, I admitted I failed, didn't mean to. So I was terminated. I have not been able to get a similar job.
What's up, stranger?
Hey, John, how you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you.
I know it.
What's going on with the truck? Is it acting up on you?
Yeah, I got a little bit of a ticking noise.
Maybe raise the hood and see what we can come up with.
You don't want to go sledding first?
No, not sledding first. I'm getting too old for that.
Shit, I am too old for that.
Well, the truck is still looking good. You've got that transmission cooler line leaking right there a little bit.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's just pretty much age, I guess.
Oh, yeah, probably. It looks like you need a AC belt, too.
Damn it.
Should we close the hood?
It's time, it's time.
Close the hood, stop looking. My father worked in the motor pool repairing military vehicles. He would allow us to sit in the driver's seat of a tank or, a truck or something cool, and we could drive it around the test area that they had. When I got my own car, it brought a certain amount of respect, and it allowed me to fit in a little bit more, which I was pretty desperate for. I was an outsider. I used cars as a way to fit into the cool groups, into society, with everybody, and it gave me a certain amount of respect that I had never had before. It gave me a sense of power. As my son grew, I started teaching him about things automotive and went to car races and car shows. It brought my son and I closer together. So the car hobby side of it has brought me tremendous amounts of happiness. But when I decided to sue my employer because they had discriminated against me, the car stuff came almost to a screeching halt. It took years. It took 2.5 years to get to that point. But those 2.5 years were me fighting on my own and writing letters to the agencies, not like I said, not only the EEOC, but the State Department of Labor, the Federal Appeals Court gave us the win that was going to allow us to go to trial. But when the Security and Exchange Commission seized the employer's assets, it pulled the rug out from under us, and there was no more employer to deal with. Financially, I'm ruined. My credit history's been ruined. My health has been ruined. Loss of my son, loss of family and friends. Not to mention just the stress emotionally. And I'm just not sure what's going to happen moving forward. Looks like Cody's car, but I know it isn't. Did I tell you that Cody bought a house in Villarica?
No, really?
And Laura's pregnant, so
Oh, damn.
baby's on the way, come next May.
Glad them, not me. Been there, done that. Just me and Mama now.
Yeah, but you've got grandbabies, so how many you got?
Whole herd. Got 10 of them.
Wow, 10.
I mean, the first one was like, damn, I'm a grandpa already.
Yeah, because you're younger than I am.
I'm 58.
I'm 60.
Goddamn, you're old.
Tell me about it. I feel like it too some days. Well, I know you're probably an outstanding grandpa. Is that what they call you, grandpa?
Huh?
That's pretty special. My son Cody and I have had trials and tribulations through this transition process. He obviously didn't like it in the beginning and made the choice in the beginning to not see me for almost 2 years. I was so devoted to my son, and I had tried so hard to be the perfect dad to him. My love for him is so great, and we had such a close relationship that I managed to pull him back. I had to have a whole lot of jobs trying to survive. I was trying to have income, and when these jobs would tell you, oh, you can make this money and you can do this and you can do that, and it didn't pan out, I would move to the next job. Well, he didn't like that. He pointed that out to me. Nothing I did to him, it's just he is holding me accountable for that. Trying to keep these gutters clean is a full-time job. I do this all the time. I was extremely fortunate to recently get hired with an automotive repair shop. I am very hopeful, but I don't want to be too outwardly hopeful because I'll jinx myself. It may allow me to hopefully keep my house and my car and move forward in life. Recently, I saw my cases being used as an example to help other people. That gives me a lot of satisfaction. That's the good part about this. Because it doesn't even apply to just trans persons. It applies to everyone, everybody who's different and everybody who's treated differently. And it's made it better, hopefully, for others.